From sports to culture, mental health to economics, politics, relationships, and life issues.
Sit down and catch up with Aaron 868 and Ricardo Mitchell as we have casual conversations on serious topics.
Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room. Welcome to the living room.
I had a real fight to get back into the living room today. It was so bad. I was locked out by the front gate and I really felt like an outsider, and it was also this bad that the seat that they give me is in a spot where, according to Cardo, if they have to crop me out, they could crop me out.
Yep.
That is how, if that's where it is, I genuinely accept that. I would also like to know what I have done to get to the spot where I get locked out and also could be easily cropped out. But I will wait for later in today's discussion to find out that. With that being said, it is now 6:01 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked on to the True Nation Station, WACK 90.1 FM, where we are
Culture Crazy.
First and foremost, let's kick this off as we always do, alright? Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always give thanks. Secondly, we have to say thank you to those that went before us, and we are not just talking about our ancestors, though the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and say the chess at Columbus Slide. But also to our brother in music, Tony Prescott, where the P this week stands for
Have no choice, brother. Has to be Pan. The P this week has to be
there's no doubt. It has to be Pan. Today is the second Pan day for the year. If we had to do it, this one was Basdio and this one is Michaela.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, right. Yeah.
When I say that, just jokingly. Pan day, because the first Pan day for the year is usually Panorama
Semis.
And the second Pan day is International Steelpan World Steelpan Day, which is celebrated on the 11th of August annually. And that's the second Pan day, so that's why we call it Michaela.
Yeah, although
In honor of the Pan days.
I was just thinking, in case you all haven't thought of it, the 11th of the 8th is a pretty cool symbol. You could actually turn the 11 into two pan sticks.
I think that's the
And the 08 is like different to
that double seconds or double 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a new idea then. No. Oh, it's just, I mean, we'd have known that if you'd been here now.
No. That is known.
Oh, that is known.
Yeah, Pancho people did say that.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah, they did mention that earlier in the broadcast today. When it was on high noon when it started.
I know what to say. Unlike some people, I just actually have to work while I work in.
I work while I work.
I listen to the radio.
But I'm not going to say, have you not ever worked while listening to something in the background?
Let's not make this about me, Aaron. Let's not make this about me. Aaron, hold on. Apart from a man who only spare seat, you're coming here with a little jeppy today, though.
Because as come on after, there's one on Tuesday and a Friday, and they start Jeppy, so I continue the Jeppiness.
Yeah, well,
Jepp almost sting me yesterday.
We could talk about that, but let's introduce the hosts of the living room. Right, this is Ricardo Mitchell, the social sage on the global stage, and your host of High Noon, alongside my bro Joash.
Yes, Joash, with his web of influence and continuously connecting you to the source. As always, I'd always like to encourage everyone to let us be unified, let us be together in this society, and may God bless our nation.
Yeah. And
many varied races.
You, sir, in the corner, you mind introducing yourself to the...
Actually, in the shot now?
Yeah, we go keep you in for this part.
Alright, well, yours truly here in 868 my age and time of culture is my code.
Yeah.
That's also who's Friday Night Live too. Yeah.
Yeah, in weddings and stuff, they just put the girlfriend and them kind of thing on the edge of the photo just in case things do work out and you had to crop them out of the family picture. Yeah, I'm not saying that that's what happening in the living room, but yeah.
So I'll learn that trick there. Thanks.
Yeah, that's what it's going to do.
If you ever go a wedding with a friend and you at the end of the photo, just know that
That's exactly what it is.
Nah, well, thank God it's her AI now, so.
Yeah, that's the next thing too. Yeah, you can AI out.
they need to hire a graphic artist. I think.
Yeah, although you still should. I mean,
I'm not going to say that because they see this AI flyer pandemic thing.
yeah, it's sickening.
It's a signal, honestly. Before we go any further, I want to say thanks, fellas. I would have caught the last 2 weeks, and there were some really good conversations. Mr. Long-winded format.
Long format. All right.
Right? And thanks, Joash, for letting them know that sometimes you had to package things shorter and more condensed to get people
Exactly.
to tune in and listen.
Exactly.
It's balance though. Alright, it's balance. You know, harmony is actually the resonance of multiple frequencies. If all was the same frequency, it's just the same tone, dog. You see why I'm talking like this?
Okay, Marshall.
Hui.
That's not how Marshall is song. I just
So you know he doesn't. I know you would have heard more than I would have.
no, actually I will never try to do that voice or that impersonation. But I really did catch the last 2 weeks and there was some great stuff. One thing I must say, I love how y'all danced around a lot of the things I had to dance around. And trust me, I really do applaud that because I would not be able to dance around some of the things that I have heard have been taking place.
Okay, I know what you, yeah.
It was a tough 3 weeks, Aaron.
I really hope this week and going forward we get a place where we don't have to continue to dance so much around the issues, because there are things that are happening that sometimes you want to address head on but you can't, and there are things that are happening that you want to address but you can't.
Yeah.
But there's a lot happening that should be addressed, and we would leave that addressing to places and spaces that is built directly for that. But we will continue to address things how we address them here in the living room.
Casual conversations on serious topics.
With that being said, fellas, I came here with 2 questions I wanted to ask. Lord, questions, sorry, I should say. 2 statements I wanted us to delve into discussion.
You know, when you start like that, we doesn't I'm getting emails and memos and things, you know.
Now, this one is actually around something that we are very fond of in the living room, and it's on the topic of mental health.
Oh, that's good. Let's cook.
Right? There are 2 sayings that I think are very prevalent in today's society, and I think one of them is causing a lot of the issues that we have when it comes to online discourse or discourse in in-person conversation, and that phrase is brutally honest, where a lot of us tend to focus more on the brutal part as opposed to the honest. So we can't be asking persons to be respectful in spaces of conversation, but we are more focused on being brutal as opposed to having an honest conversation. And that's the first thing I wanted us to delve into a bit of discussion about, because we see a lot of discourse taking place around the discussions that we are navigating, and then we see some of it descending sadly into a racial debate, or a debate of physical appearance.
And we're using debate very, very loosely, because some of these things aren't debates. It's just mudslinging
and slander,
and it's just vitriol.
So one of the ways I think we could address the issue or the issues taking place is by trying to put persons in a place where let's move from being brutally honest to having a respectful level of honesty in discourse.
What you know? Josh, what do you think about that?
I wanted to think about it a little bit more.
I can give you 2 minutes if you want it.
Well, yeah, you go ahead.
All right. Well, you see, what I was trying to do there was respecting other people's potential for input. Of course, all you know, drop the hat, I could talk. I could give you 2 minutes. I could give you 20 minutes.
You are not known for the brevity.
I'm not known for the brevity of my breeze, right? What I did there was an actual example of just putting somebody else first, right? Listening to understand as opposed to listening to reply, or listening long enough to get a point where you could chuck yours in. Now, one of the things that I've had to learn over the years is that being able to talk plenty does not make you a good communicator. Listening is actually the more important of the skills. And one of the reasons that I can communicate the way that I do now is because I've learned to listen. And not wait to talk, I mean to listen. Aaron has always said, and I have vehemently disagreed with him, that the majority of communication is non-verbal. I've always disputed that. I do recognize that there are cues that we take from the way people present, but I also am a very, very firm believer that the words people use are important. The way they use them are important. The words they don't use are important. The timing that they speak with, the tone. Yes, I'm leaning into a lot of what Aaron has said, because while I may be able to read from a text based on context, the reality is in active conversation, you need as many cues as you can possibly get to get where somebody coming from. Now, if you don't take the time in dissecting what somebody is presenting to you with all of those cues in mind, it is very easy to misinterpret what somebody is saying. And I've even learned that there are people who try so hard to get you to understand what they're saying that they then clutter what they're trying to communicate with supporting information. So instead of just giving you the point that matters, they give you the point, the supporting structure, the foundation it's laid upon, and then the arrows pointing to it.
So as you said last week, Carl, you could correct me if I'm wrong with this statement. They take you to Portersfield and then bring you back to dinner about that.
Yeah. And that was one of the things that I used to do. What I've learned, however, is that you could talk a lot and move the story forward, move the point forward. Now, what I was trying to do there was buy Joash the 2 or 3 minutes to think and also present to you guys the context of what communication can be. It's not just being able to wax eloquent, right? It's not just about being able to drop multisyllabic words in a sentence to let people know that you just boil dictionary and drink water.
Or even make up words.
And everybody know that I have a predispositionary concept of, word formulation. None of that make any sense.
You and other people.
Oh, yeah. I was going to get to that subsequently. And one of the things you have to appreciate about not just language but communication is that it has an objective.
Yeah.
And if you find yourself talking or listening and you don't know where you're trying to carry people or where they're trying to go, well then feel free to pause and ask a pertinent question.
And before Joash comes in, because we buy any time, Joash.
Yeah.
And we trying to do it in our style that we used to do it.
I'm pretty certain I just talked for about 3 minutes and 30 seconds there.
I'm not sure what's from content. The second part about it is we have to also understand that if you are making a point to get someone to agree with you, that person asking a pertinent question is not then disagreeing.
Yes.
Well, upon.
No, I'm just very glad to hear you say that, Mr. Williams.
Right? Because the thing is, we have spoken here before about if you are coming to a group to lay a project there, or to lay a project there, let's say, you would want persons to have buy-in. Because without buy-in, you are going to get even more questions.
Yeah,
but if you present the information in such a way that it reduces the amount of pertinent questions that has to be asked, you have then gotten buy-in, which is a very important tool in getting your communication to move forward with an agreement. But not because I ask a pertinent question means that I disagree with a point. It means that the way sometimes the material was presented to me, there was a gap that I was like, wait, you missed something? How we doing that? Or how you come to this? or how 2 plus 2 equals 6 and not 4.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it might not even be a gap, Aaron. It might be something additional that you could bring into the space because you connected dots that might not have been connected otherwise.
And that's kind of how people may end up in the discourse and little friction areas. But at the end of the day, if the objective is to improve a situation or move the team or everyone forward, if handled correctly, everybody would win.
So,
Win.
No, and that's the thing, because look at it this way. If we want to liken it to sports, on Saturday night, TKR played their first game of the CPL.
big up Sunil.
But that was just a masterful spell. That man bowled 4 overs, which is 24 balls, and had 21 balls up.
21 duck balls.
It's 21.
Yeah.
It was 20.
No, it's 21 because he bowled a wide. So that's okay. He ended up with an extra ball.
Right. Yeah. That's a masterful spell. But in terms of it, and why I use TK as the example, look at Dwayne Bravo. The majority of us in looking at Dwayne Bravo during his playing career probably looked at him that he had an air of confidence about him, or some would say an air of overconfidence about him.
The confidence of Arthur.
But look at how Dwayne Bravo, with that level of confidence, is able to garner his troops together on whichever team he's now a coach of. That he's winning titles now as a coach
Yeah. With multiple teams.
with multiple teams. So he is able to communicate with his troops to get his point across. So much so that even without the star players, the Purans and the Pollards, we were able to put a solid victory against those syndicates and even patrons.
Was it the feel is it dance?
Was that the champion?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but it gives that he has that level of confidence in his speech, and I think from what I've seen through his social media posts, he gives the players the ability and the recognition for them to also step in and add to what he says.
Josh, you have way more experience in the sporting arena than I do. What value do you see in a coach not just being technically sound but being able to communicate to his team and get their support?
Yeah. And particularly with Dwayne Bravo, I'd first say that he is a charismatic individual. So he's somebody that loves vibes, he likes to express himself. So yes, music, dance, he's involved in things that charm people, and charm the crowd. So people would be inclined to listen or see what is happening. And if he channels these things in the direction that actually moves the team forward, where it's not just all airy-fairy, hey, we could do this, but actually put in the work, we'd enjoy the game, let's enjoy the game, but let's put in the work. He is someone who has the experience, who knows how to win. It's not just talking about let's win in this area. He knows how to win, he has the experience, so he gets the team to do what he wants, and then let's enjoy it. He knows how to have a good time as well. And that's good. You don't want to just be all hard work, and then you win and you feel like,
What next?
yeah, enjoy your wins.
Yeah. And I know Dwayne Bravo is a winner because he beat me in at least 3 dance-offs already
You serious?
in the past when I was dancing Kado.
Just now, pause. You had the belly to go up and dance off. I couldn't do it.
With Bravo. No, he didn't go up against doing Bravo in a dance-off when Bravo was liming, right? At least Trinidad liming. I mean, it's not like I went to dance-off with him in a wedding in India. I mean, like in 51, I distinctly remember it happened in 51.
You was in a pasa with doing Bravo.
I mean, who wasn't in a pasa with doing Bravo? The man liked to dance.
just wrong saddles. Josh, you hearing this?
Yeah, and
I don't think we could ever live this down now.
Right. 51, Shades and Tobago, and I think it was Anchorage or Pier 1.
no, but
At least 3 times.
if I was born a little bit earlier, I might have been.
Right. That's we talking about George.
I find myself. I find myself in a little bit of pasa and thing.
Pasa was the way.
What are you talking about?
The period in time you could not go anywhere without a basa.
Right now, that men thinking about the frog back, and I had the frog back clean, you know. Right? Raging bull and thing. All it don't get tired up, you know. Yeah, I mean, that's a church man now, but
Yeah. But tying back to the topic, I'm going far back to the original question that I had time to think about, forget, and remember. The first thing I would say is the truth will set you free. Yes, I hear that in terms of being brutally honest, sometimes that hurts. But for me, I would prefer feel the pain.
Right, but now the thing is, I understand that point. But why does the truth need to always be brutal? Why is the truth? It's already hard to hear the truth.
Okay.
But why do you have to be brutal on top of it? Because the thing about it, alright, let put it in a real life context. You go online and somebody talk about how doubles with meat is trash.
tag me. Because I looking for real rap.
You see that post, doubles with meat is real trash. You could disagree with the person,
As do I.
and say, no, doubles with meat is good. It just has to have a good meat to channel ratio, whatever. It's whatever your point is. But it doesn't have to be, man, you strip it up.
Yeah, that's frowned upon.
Yes.
That's
I
frowned
catch you
upon.
there. So, and that is where the brutality comes.
And that's what I'm saying. We focus too much on that latter part. You strip it up, you this, you that, you the other. As opposed to, no, well, maybe you should try it from this place in Shagonas. Or try it from a place on the avenue. Or the man in Sando by Library Corner.
Hey, big up one of the original meat and doubles vendors, G. We used to be on Marabella Market Street corner.
I remember going there.
I had chicken doubles, Italian beef doubles. Nah, I never had to go there. Crab
Yeah.
and doubles with cheese.
Cabato.
Right, and I'm talking about this is since 2001. I distinctly remember because I was walking home after ringing in New Year's from somebody's house, and I remember stopping for doubles there.
You had some bad memories.
Anyway,
All this what happened.
I just seen 25 years ago this man had
Right, but
this man been doubles pioneering, so big up you.
so we really look at, if you look at the average comment now to a post on Facebook,
Oh boy.
when it comes to be it a food dispute or food debate or even a political debate, we are focused more on the brutal as opposed to debating the point at hand.
Yeah.
And that's where I want us to get to. That's why the brutal is not important. The honest is important.
Correct, I agree. I would agree with that. And the truth is, yeah, people are focusing more on the brutality. They would say one line that is the truth, and then
The other 50 cents.
It's brutality, yeah. Brutality.
it's serious one line. Like, it reached the point that people who are genuine and don't like to get involved in rabs and stuff wouldn't express themselves when they're telling the truth. It's a very oppressive environment online.
And the reason why I could say that, and I'm going to use myself as the example here. On Saturday evening, I made a post on X asking the question, why is our Prime Minister using that term? That's not cool. At no point there you saw me look very brutal, honest. It's like just saying, the term is don't use it, it's not cool. And the comments came for me.
Yeah, you literally stand up in the answers and P. How you go? One, right? I don't know if you noticed, but saying it's not cool, I mean, that's already 2/3 of the word that you have an issue with. Secondly, right?
I didn't even look at that.
Right? Secondly, you referred to our Prime Minister. Aaron, you could have, it does not matter what context you refer to her in, you have automatically signaled I looking for Rab.
Right.
So just by referencing the individual and the office, you already draw a line in the sand that you stand up in and peak.
Right. No, the reason why I use that as the example, I said I don't want to use anybody else's post. I use my post as the example.
There we go. Right.
Is because I didn't go with the intention of looking for a rab.
You just find.
I just found what was being said was not becoming, and it's not cool. And there were people that would have agreed with it, and there are people that disagreed with it. And there are people that agreed respectfully, and there are people that disagreed brutally.
I know. Good to ask you, how good is X at protecting community spaces?
Pretty good.
Okay.
I reported one or two, and they will immediately.
Well, that's why I want to know, like, how many of those comments you had to do.
Two in particular.
Okay. Yeah.
But and that's me. I wanted to also understand that. You, the listeners, to understand that we will. I didn't bring this question from a place of I wanting to cause more controversy, but I want us, the population, the listeners, to understand that we have a responsibility when getting into discourse with somebody. Though we want to be honest, there's no need to be brutal.
Yeah. And I experienced something similar to that recently, where one of our popular content creators in Trinidad and Tobago made a video advertising a show for kids, right? The show is from his character. And he started off the video saying, I would cut your... That's the first line.
One time I don't know what you're talking about.
So I made a comment, and it's not that I am attacking the individual. I just made a comment saying, hey, well, look at what you're promoting and what the video content showing. You know, you should probably reconsider how you package your product. You understand? And in the comments, people started coming for me. And it's not like if I really doing something bad.
Why didn't tell my boy? Why didn't tell him?
Come in defense here.
Nah, but small thing is, you know, I ain't dying. You can come for me, that ain't doing me anything. You know? I make my point so that he can see it.
Fair. And you know, the more people comment would have raised the profile of your point, and I hear you, but what I'm saying is, you know how to gain these things by yourself, dog. What you feel in the living room for? Squat up.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll say. You don't say that too. I'm going back on rehabilitate my Twitter profile.
X.
Well, yeah, X.
That is only X we support.
I don't support none.
No, that only X I support.
Yeah,
It's X.com.
It's just that you know, I don't want the supervising officer, you know, to ask for anything after the episode now.
Right. And the second,
I never even installed that on my phone. When it was Twitter and the changing name, I deleted one time. I deleted one time.
So you don't support that?
I don't even watch X-Files.
Nah.
I don't even play Xbox.
yes, play X.
You never watch X? Yeah.
I stopped.
How much fun on these?
That ain't.
I want to know.
I have a 25-letter alphabet. What you telling you?
You don't have no X's on your computer screen. You just close off all.
I just close all tabs, dog. We don't X nothing off. We don't X nothing. Right click. Right click and close. You telling me?
That's the definition of going too far, what yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Anyway.
But yeah, and the thing is, I'm glad that we could have a healthy discourse on this, and because one of the fundamental principles that we have built in the living room on Cado is that we have casual conversations on serious topics. But we always talk about we need to be able to disagree respectfully.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we hope that you, the listeners, could take a page from our book or a page out of our book and learn to disagree respectfully.
Yeah, I had an episode, an event within an episode of High Noon, and managing sensitive conversation is something that I'm hoping that I don't just do well, but that I could teach other people how to do.
And that's a very tricky topic,
right? And doing it live on air with calls from people that you have no control over what they're saying or where they're coming from.
That's fair enough.
Well, I had to cut somebody off, but then I also establish parameters.
I continue off, and I let you know I continue off because I don't like what you said, and I need to be respectful of all listeners.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is about respecting the space that everybody has to use.
I don't play that because you can't want to come in a public space and disrespect somebody else in the public space who utilizes that public space.
Yeah.
His public space, planting that one sentence.
No, it was necessary for emphasis.
All the wrong syllables.
Syllable.
Thank you. Yeah, but the second thing.
Oh, sorry, before we move on, I just want to acknowledge, speaking the way that I'm speaking, because I hid behind that brutal honesty thing for a very long time. Being right and speaking the truth is no excuse for being at 36 about it. Plain talk bad manners, it costs you nothing to care. It costs you nothing to rephrase in a manner that would uplift somebody with the education you're trying to provide, as opposed to belittling them with the information you're trying to share. So I'm saying that as a reformed, brutally honest terrarian, that now I prefer, I like to think that I could communicate with a little more compassion than I would have before.
I like that. I like that honesty.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie, I was terrible. Being right with no compassion leads to arrogance.
And to quote the great Mark Myrie, that's another spiritual anthem. Arrogance is much different from ignorance. Don't let your ignorance bring you to a place of arrogance. Because you see, when you don't know and you're wrong and strong,
Oh my God. No, well, those I will come for. Don't get tired. I still have it, I just don't use it while. But I will, my gosh, like them dog and them, that, they have dog that's only bark when the gate closed. And then they have dog that is only bark when they come in the yard. Some, you're walking in the road and some of them, and when the gate open, they stop and they scamper in. And then they have others that they don't make a peep until they come in the yard. But inside that yard, I will deal with.
once there's a dog, I know.
Well, I don't get it wrong. But I just saying, don't feel I don't have teeth. I just don't bark at everybody anymore.
But the key factor here is being honest at the same time. So as much as we want to care for others, we want we don't want to hurt people's feelings. That's never the intention. But because you want growth, you just want a change in action, a change in belief, a change in the mindset of someone. But while you try to package the truth, you don't want to lie. Or you don't want the wrong message to be decoded.
Now the thing is,
That's why I like him, that's why he on the actual chair. Go ahead.
wow, thanks.
Actively listening, sorry, go ahead.
You have no, now this is something I very much disagree with Carl on. But once you encode a message, you have to remember sometimes you have no power over how that message is decoded. Because the receiver of that message comes with their baggage, their history, their mindset, their emotional state. You have no power over how that message is received. What you have power of, however, is if a personal question is asked, to be able to empathetically bring follow-up. This is what I was saying. You may have heard this, or I said it this way, but it was not meant to be taken harshly. It was something I noticed that took place, and that is why I'm bringing it up.
So do you follow up in terms of online spaces like that?
I try my best to, depending on the way in which you come at me. If you come at me and be respectful in your response, you will get a respectful response. If you come at me with derogatory terms, previous Aaron would have been derogatory in response. This new version of Aaron is, as you comment, report.
Yeah, but some of these engagements are not online, they happen in real life. And you have to be, one of the things I want us to move into your second point, but one of the things I want us to be mindful of is that navigating conflict in real life is very, very different to doing it online. So much so that I found myself in a position the other day where I took down somebody's number plate with the full intention of using every space available to me to exact redress from somebody who I believe, though it wasn't just unfair, you know, it was proper cacaholery. Can you say that?
I guess.
Or tomfoolery.
dirty.
Right? Let me say some utter tomfoolery. Proper cod swallow. Right? Sheer poppycock.
Thank you, Dr. Rowley,
Right?
for that lovely word.
All jokes aside, that woman's attitude was the equivalent of warm garbage juice on a Tuesday in traffic.
Arriving up High Street.
Listen,
Mokoraku Street.
Nah, High Street. High Street have as much food places. That it would smell just as much.
let me put it this way, that all jokes aside, and then it hit me. It's like, Cardo, it's harder to navigate this thing in real time than it is online.
Correct. Online, you could ignore for a period of time.
You could block and delete and
Look at delete, report, and move on.
Think about your response.
right? In real time, it's like, you know what? The funny thing about it, I was like, you know what, Lord? There's an opportunity for me to learn to forgive, to let things go. And you know the irony of it is I bounced up that same vehicle the next night. And I was like, what am I going to do here?
Nothing.
Exactly.
The thing is, sometimes you have to look at it, is it worth your time? And one of my principles I look at with conflict, even within personal spaces or workplace or relationship or whatever, is this going to be an issue in 2 years?
Yeah.
If the answer is no, you know, like one of them flow chart, yes, address, no, but you have a series of questions. No, straight no, don't address. But if it's something that no, but you see, it could come back up if you do just make mention of it. Make mention, but don't make mention in such a way that the person is going to be like, oh, so there's an issue, and come back and do it again.
Yeah.
Because they know it grinding the gears. Because they know it have people out here will know something as an issue and go in and come back and be like, right, I could not put some food in this microwave and not cover it down again because I know Aaron coming after.
Oh, or fish. All that.
Or shrimp. Well, the shrimp used to be issue before he's not using him.
Are we not?
Ever never talked to them, but ever tried to reheat a boiler?
Dan, mad.
And this is even from primary school days for me. Certain things should never be leaving the house to carry as a meal on the heat at one time. And boy, leg is one.
Dan.
But you ever tried?
No.
So, I thought that they would explode because of the pressure, right? I've exploded boiled eggs before. Then Aaron, when you reheat a boiled egg, you get you could get a good bad out.
I don't know.
All microwave is yellow dust. And wet yellow powder all over the whole inside of the microwave. That last sweet dread.
Why can bring up that now?
I'm so mad at you right now, Joash.
This guy, man.
I boiled my egg the morning, right? I was like, jam this egg, it'll give me a couple hours and then I go eat and da. Listen, by the time the egg finished boil, I didn't even have time to eat the egg. I was like, I'll have it for dinner. Come home the evening, my egg cut in half, sprinkle my little, right? And
I
had to tuck it.
Yeah.
And put it in the microwave. It's probably another thing. Put it in the microwave now. And I have no concerns about this egg exploding because it's already cut in half and open. It have no pressure to build no. Heat my egg for 30 seconds. Right?
Just want a little more context.
Take it
We'll
out.
have to laugh for.
Take it out and find this egg still kind of cold enough. Put it back in.
How long again?
30 seconds.
Alright, cool. Just checking. Don't know how long I'm laughing for.
Photo. I was like, what? When I turn and I look at the microwave,
This thing had 1 second left, Aaron, and it blew up my egg. Aaron, I am mad. I am mad. I am full talking to the microwave now. It's like, so you couldn't wait 1 more second. I was mad, Aaron, because you know how long it takes to clean exploded boiled egg from the inside of a microwave?
I wouldn't know. Never did it.
No, but it's the anger.
I'm full mad.
I did it. I know the game. I know the game.
You can hold on 1 second egg. What kind of instant?
But then again, it's just a wait. But then again, the average person usually cuts the microwave off 1 second before it
Exactly.
finishes, so it should not make the noise. Yeah.
I want to tell it, but that's why I was so mad.
You know why it happened? Because you press plus 30 on the microwave as opposed to putting in the 29 seconds. That's
Talk about that. Can I read?
full circle here from last week.
I am mad at me. Right? And this is why we just cut off the microwave a second early.
Before.
Well, because had I done it, I am so mad cleaning up this.
Because one, you're hungry. You can't eat. And two, you have the microwave to clean.
Listen, and you know what mashed me up? One half exploded. The other half was fine, but I was so mad sitting up eating my 1/2 of a boiled egg, knowing I had to go and clean up the microwave.
I was eating a boiled egg. I'm not sure it's how we.
I just saying, don't microwave boiled eggs, guys.
Yeah. Eat your boiled eggs right now.
Eat it cold. Eat it cold. If you had eat it cold.
Eat it right after they boil.
You know what? Anyway, yeah, sorry.
No, that's cool.
I am still mad. I'm processing it.
Would you like to speak with someone?
You know what? I will probably
www.findkt.com.
FindKTT.com.
Yeah.
All right.
Just thought I should bring that back up.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll also give JL a call. Yeah.
She'll laugh at you first.
She will laugh. She will laugh. But I'm so mad. Like, I'm still...
Don't call Brittany about that, because Brittany will laugh at you.
Yeah.
Alright.
Hey, you had a second point. We're gonna get to it?
Yeah.
We had time so much.
Alright, so the second point, and I'm glad it came up as mental health became a point of discussion now. It comes from a point where, or a place I should say, where a lot of persons like to talk about creating boundaries in my life. But there are persons who are using boundaries as a way to mask laziness and a lack of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you all could understand and agree with to an extent?
Full on, bro. Full on. Establishing a boundary is the modern avoidance.
Right? Now, the thing is, in no way are we saying that you should not establish boundaries in your life. No way. Establishing boundaries are a fundamental part in terms of, or as they like to say, protecting your peace.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But we have to accept that in certain spaces, persons are using boundaries as a mask for laziness and a lack of effort.
Mm-hmm.
It may be in a workplace, it may be in relationships, it may be at home, whatever it may be. There are persons that are using boundaries as excuses for laziness. And I hate to say it, laziness, but
Hey,
calling a spade as we say, it is the honest part of it.
Aaron, say this thing 3 times. If it land in a garden, plant it.
Right. And I am speaking this from a place of looking at some things I would have experienced while on vacation, as well as when I returned to work. And it really put me in a space where I wanted to examine before I even brought it to a point of a conversation, be it here or anywhere else, that is it that I am anti-boundary? Is it that I am anti-protecting peace? Is it that I am anti-progressive thought and examination of feeling? And I put those 3 questions to myself first, and I was like, I am not. I allow persons, if they are going through things, to express themselves or how they feel. I allow persons, if they say they are overwhelmed, to take some time to catch themselves. I allow persons who say that, hey, this is not something that I could get on board with, to say, okay, how would you like us to go about doing it? But yet still, persons saying, I have boundaries, or feeling overwhelmed when the workload is not even something to be adequately whelmed about. It puts you in a space now as a manager or a supervisor or a parent dealing with a child. How am I going to navigate this to ensure that I don't how am I going to navigate this and to put it in a spot where my employee doesn't feel motivated to work again for me, or my child doesn't want to open up to me because they think I'm not respecting of their feelings? Because the new age parents now have to be understanding that being accepting of how your child feels is something that, Ricardo, our parents never had to navigate.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know for you, Joash, in terms of, because I know Cardo a little bit longer than I know you.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't say what I just said with that level of confidence towards you. And I don't want to cast aspersions. But we really need, it's a point that we have to now navigate in the workspace, in our relationships, with our families, with our friends, that challenging a boundary does not mean that you don't agree with the boundary, similar to our previous point. But sometimes you have to challenge it because it's like, hey, you're in a place to do this. To code for alliance, we're doing this or?
Yeah.
And shut up.
I understand what you're saying, and the truth is that some people actually develop a pattern of avoidance when they don't want to do something. There are times I see, even in myself, where a boundary is overused, or what do you call that? Abused, if you use it in a ill manner. Because sometimes the boundary is there for a good purpose, but then, sometimes it's abused. But outside of that, there's the other side as well. In terms of sometimes somebody might have an invasive personality. So, yes, I might understand what you might want, or which is good for me. But maybe really and truly, when I express myself for my desires, and then I know how you already going to respond, and I really don't want to get into this long conversation and debate or whatever.
Why are you shouting at me? I mean, I feel it. I've never considered that of all the things my personality is, that invasive would have been one of the ways to describe it.
He was talking to you.
No, but I the thing, he wasn't talking to me, but he was talking about me. I have one of those personalities where I've spent the majority of my life learning how to rein it in. Right? So it's like horses that you could let them off and they'll run. But it was more important to get them horses under control. Right? Because then literally wild horses are a stampede. So even in having control over these horses, as me having control over them, they are still big, strong, heavy breeding horses. And to somebody who much rather have My Little Pony or Manikou, having to deal with these horses, as well trained as they might be, under how much control they are still horses. So even me going as gently as I could have ever gone to do something uncomfortable for somebody could still feel like a massive invasion of their comfort zone. And even in the space outside of the comfort zone that they're willing to grow, I might have actually overshot that space where they could grow.
Okay, what you tell them?
And just the idea of, Cardo, you mean well for people. And most of the work that you have to do with people is in a sensitive space. So your hand has to be surgical, or else you could end up hurting the space that you're trying to treat. So the idea of invasive, like Josh, you say that there, and like about a third of my brain just light up. Wow. I knew the listeners could get things from the conversations, but sometimes I forget how important this is for us as well. Cheese and ages.
And the reason why this came as a thought, and I just couldn't wait to come back to the living room,
Because you miss us.
even though I was locked out.
You make us waste food.
I'm 100% sure the food did not waste.
100%.
We did eat. We did eat the things you got. we did.
And I'm going to say I'm 100%.
Yeah, we.
If there's one thing I know about Ricardo, food not on waste. You'll pack it and you put it somewhere. Just don't got it up for more than 30
This why can't tell her nothing, you know.
Right. But the thing about why I thought this was something I had to come back here and discuss.
I even buy eggs since then, you know. The guy's so mad. Anyway,
We always talk about mental health being an important part of our discussions and something that we fully stand on, a pillar that we stand on inside the living room. And if mental health is a pillar, boundaries is probably a strand in that pillar.
well, I mean, just for, analogy development's sake, right?
Yeah.
If these are pillars, this thing between the pillars is actually the boundary that you create, because there's no boundaries.
No.
Those walls there, those are pillars.
The things between the pillars is the casual conversations.
There's the fence.
serious topics.
There's the fence.
So there's the pillars of the living room. Mental health.
Right, those are the pillars, the things between the pillars are the boundaries.
Let me finish now. Invasive.
Wow, that was uncalled for. That was brutal.
No, but then again, no, that was you didn't even you didn't even let me develop my point. You were trying to correct me while I was developing.
I was trying to expand what you were saying.
But with
support.
what I was saying,
And that is why interrupting people is not cool.
right? The pillars that we stand on in the living room: culture,
Yeah.
mental health, and our third pillar being accepting basically of all the contributions of our guests and stuff like that. When you now have the three pillars, if you have a stool, there are things joining the pillars, which would be the legs, right? And they have two pieces of wood: casual conversations and serious topics and respectful disagreements. Those are the now I don't want to call it cornerstones, but those are the connecting factors that hold everything together.
Like, I'm terrible in it, because all I thinking is so Aaron gave us a sample of what he was trying to say by using a stool. So was that a stool sample?
That was the dumbest thing. We could just wrap up tonight.
The man now say we accepted of all contributions.
Right. That was. I'm sorry. That was very brutal of me to say.
You know the man said that was the dumbest thing.
That was.
Well, you see his reflexes though.
Yeah.
I cannot even.
Yeah.
But that Spider-Man dog, look the real web man here.
I apologize for using the dumbest still there. But again, the sad thing is that is part of what become parlance in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
And once you
Let's not do that. Let's not do that and accept that as our culture, because that is exactly what some people in leadership are trying to do. When tables turn, that is what they're trying to do. So I not stand up for that. Let me not cool.
It's not cool, honestly. It's not cool, but we have to accept that part of our culture is when true insults at people. That is the part we are trying to break here, but
Because I didn't enjoy that, because I'm not good at throwing insults, because I never had.
I genuinely am not as well.
I am really, really good at it, and it's one of the most distasteful aspects of my personality.
The amount that is thrown at me, I learned to throw it back.
I try to be unkind.
But that joke was a still as Master Baker Hops the day after it bake.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
uncalled for. Right?
You ever tried to eat a Master Baker Hops the day after? You remember how hard I used to be?
So they used to put the bread in brown bag and think it wasn't exactly sealing out moist there.
Right?
But yeah. On a real though, we can do better.
Yeah.
We can do better.
And the can that we are calling for is not just for us among ourselves, but we are calling for it from top down and
Bottom up.
Yeah. It has to engulf our nation. As we are entering into a season of independence, we are looking to get to a point of independence from hateful speech. We are looking to get to a point of independence from racial euphemisms. We are looking to get to a point of independence from poor communication and lack of presence. We are looking to get to a point of independence from dependence on ketchup and mustard to a point of dependence on the red, the white, and the black of Trinidad and Tobago.
According to Brian London, red, white, and black is the only code.
Exactly. Right? So think about it to yourself as I look to wrap up here, as how you can focus on being honest respectfully. Focus how you can respect the boundaries of your friends and family members, but also implementing those boundaries. Don't build them as walls that you hide behind for being present and purposeful in the space that you are in. I end by reminding you that culture is my code, and I tell you that love is currency. So spend some today. Let somebody know you love them, guys.
Yeah, good.
Yes, Aaron, you preach it and for teaching everything. You come with some questions, you come with a bang, you come ready to make things better. But anyway,
I hope I was in the episode for the whole episode.
People going to wonder who the third voice was.
but it happens we might have to cut out now. You see. I am Joash Webb. Finally, I'd like to leave with you that yes, I'm here with my web of influence and connecting you to the source. But as always, let us remember, as our anthem says, let every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Yeah, man, that's what we're talking about. This is Ricardo Mitchell, Social Sage on the global stage. Thank you for joining us in the living room. Remember, guys, the hourglass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains. Whatever you're doing, be good and stay safe. You could catch Aaron on Friday nights as well for the Friday Night Live from 6 p.m. You can catch me Monday to Wednesday from 12 noon to 3 p.m. And, well, you'll catch more of Joash as time goes by. What I do want to acknowledge, Mr. Williams, is that you, sir, stuck the landing. In terms of a return to the living room, you've made sure that this is a 3-seat conversation. I ain't lie to tell you.
10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 out of 10 for Aaron. Stick in that science. Yeah. You should get science.
Yeah.
You should get, I don't think we want to be those guys. Just start rating what the others say.
No. Like, just a sign, like a reaction sign.
No.
Don't do that.
Well, yeah, guys, let's do better. There is a possibility, because I know that wax coverage of World Steelpan Day is supposed to start at 5:30. You might not even see this until the week after, in which case, hey, conversation will still be relevant and it'll be that much closer to independence. So hopefully we'd be able to get something from it. In the event, for whatever reason, we don't go to the broadcast on time, we would have kept you guys company. And you could always catch the episode on DJ Aaron 868 YouTube channel on the Living Room playlist, alright? Well, I would say Mr. Desmond is up next, but I don't know.
Somebody,
right?
But we ain't too sure who.
I know if we're going to be
Pan or people.
But yeah, it is a vibe. By the way, don't come off work.
Wait, I had a comment in the first one.
Look when you ask. Anyway, hey, your godfather will deal with you.
Call her.
Yeah. Keep it locked.
Keep it locked.
Keep it all true.